Good morning. I am Dr. Satish Munde, Assistant Professor, Sinhgad Law College, Pune. Friends, first of all, I welcome all of you in this center. Friends, this is the sixth part of fixed preposition. This is sixth part. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about the fixed preposition with verbs. Charge with means accused of. Charge with means accused of. The friends, listen one time. The prepositions may be after the word or before the word. Prepositions. We are going to discuss about the fixed prepositions after the word. Okay? Charge with means accused of. He was charged with theft. He was charged with theft. That is coincide with. Coincide with means similar to. Coincide with means similar to. His taste and habits coincide with those of his wife. His tastes and habits coincide with those of his wife. Clamor for. Clamor for means make a loud demand for. Make a loud demand for. His factory workers are clamoring for higher wages. His factory workers are clamoring for higher wages. Commence on means start on. Commence on means start on. Our examination commences on Friday. Our examination commences on Friday. Comment on means criticize. Don't comment on every proposal of the union leader. Don't comment on every proposal of the union leader. Compare to means likeliness. Compare to means likeliness. My snapshots cannot be compared to yours. Here see, to is fixed prepositions, but when there is a comparison between equivalent things or equal things, then to is used. Compare to. My snapshots cannot be compared to yours. Yours snapshot, we can say in such a way also. My snapshots cannot be compared to yours. Compare with means bear comparison. He cannot compare with Shakespeare as a writer of tragedies. Bear comparison. Or compare with means bear comparison. He cannot compare with Shakespeare as a writer of tragedies. Compromise with. Compromise with means settle a dispute. Settle a dispute. He compromised with his rival to settle the dispute. He compromised with his rival to settle the dispute. Commit to means make oneself responsible. Commit to means make oneself responsible. He has committed himself to support his brother's children. He has committed himself to support his brother's children. Commit to means make oneself responsible. Compensate for means give something to make up. Means give something to make up. Nothing can compensate for the loss of one's health. Nothing can compensate for the loss of one's health. Complain of means say that one is not satisfied. Complain of means say that one is not satisfied. He never complains of not having enough work. He never complains of not having enough work. Comply with means do as required. Comply with means do as required. You must comply with the departmental rules. You must comply with the departmental rules. Conceal from means hide from. Hide from. Don't conceal the relevant facts from me. Don't conceal the relevant facts from me. Concern with means having to do with. Having to do with. She is not concerned with that issue. She is not concerned with that issue. Condole with means express sympathy. Condole with means express sympathy. I condoled with him on his bereavement. Bereavement. I condoled with him on his bereavement means grief. Bereavement means grief. Confident of means having faith in. Confident of means having faith in. I am wholly confident of tremendous success. I am wholly confident of tremendous success. Confined to means within limits. Within limits. He is confined to the house by illness. He is confined to the house by illness. Confer about means give or grant. Confer about means give or grant. Our principal conferred with his staff about the problem of discipline. Our principal conferred with his staff about the problem of discipline. Confer with means having conference. Having conference. The Prime Minister conferred with the Chief Ministers regarding the food position. The Prime Minister conferred with the Chief Ministers regarding the food position. Confer upon means give away prizes. Means give away prizes. The President conferred the titles on the several distinguished men. The President conferred the titles on the several distinguished men. Congratulated on means tell one's pleasure. Tell one's pleasure. I congratulated him on his marriage. I congratulated him on his marriage. Conform with means corresponding to. Conform with means corresponding to. This blueprint does not conform with your plan. This blueprint does not conform with your plan. Connive at means ignore or disregard. Connive at means ignore or disregard. Don't connive at the shortcomings of your children. Don't connive at the shortcomings of your children. Consent to means agree to. Consent to means agree to. I did not consent to his proposal. I did not consent to his proposal. Consist of means be composed of or made up of. Be composed or made up of. The committee consists of 10 members. Committee consists of the 10 members. Consist in means have something as its chief or only feature. Have something as its chief or only feature consist in. The beauty of the plant consists in its simplicity. The beauty of the plant consists in its simplicity. Here both in and of are fixed prepositions. Consign to means send for or leave. Send for or leave. He consigned his child to his brother's care. He consigned his child to his brother's care. Conscious of means aware of. I am fully conscious of my limitations. I am fully conscious of my limitations. Consistent with means in agreement. Consistent with means in agreement. What you say now is not consistent with what you have said yesterday. What you say now is not consistent with what you have said yesterday. Consult with means take counsel. Take counsel. The manager consulted with his subordinates. The manager consulted with his subordinates. Contend with means struggle with. Contend with means struggle with. He is contending with his arch opponent. He is contending with his arch opponent. Contribute to means help to bring about. Contribute to means help to bring about. Dream contributed to his ruin. Dream contributed to his ruin. Converse with. Converse with means have a talk with. Have a talk with. He sat conversing with the chairman. He sat conversing with the chairman. Convey to means carry on to. Convey to means carry on to. Please convey my good wishes to your father. Please convey my good wishes to your father. Convince of means make feel certain. Convince of means make feel certain. He could not convince me of your honest. He could not convince me of your honest. Count on means rely on. Rely on. I think we can count on him to help us in distress. I think we can count on him to help us in distress. Cruel to. Cruel to means be merciless to. Cruel to means be merciless to. We should ever be cruel to the beasts of burden. We should ever be cruel to the beasts of burden. Cry for means weep. Shed tears for something. Cry for means weep or shed tears for something. The child was crying for some more cake. The child was crying for some more cake. Dawn on. Dawn on means become evident. Become evident. It finally dawned on me that he had been lying. It finally dawned on me that he had been lying. Deal in means give out to a number of persons. Deal in means to give out to a number of persons. He deals in cloth. He deals in cloth. Deal with means behave towards. Deal with means behave towards. You should deal politely with angry customers. You should deal politely with angry customers. Deal with means manage. He did not, he dealt with an awkward situation very tactfully. He dealt with an awkward situation very tactfully. Decide on means shuttle at. In the end, she decided on a green hat. In the end, she decided on a green hat. Decide against means take decision not to do. Take decision not to do. We decided against not to go for a holiday. We decided against a holiday. Decide to. Decide against. Decide on. See, decide on means settle at. Decide against means take decision not to do. Take decision. And decide to means conclude to. Decide to means conclude to. What decided you to give up your job? What decided you to give up your job? Deficient in means lacking in. Deficient in means lacking in. He is deficient in experience. He is deficient in experience. Delighted at means very pleased. Delighted at means very pleased. I am delighted at your brilliant success. I am delighted at your brilliant success. Depend on means confidently expect. Depend on means confidently expect. Don't depend on his arriving on time. Don't depend on his arriving on time. Deprive from means get from. Deprive from means get from. The thousands of English words are derived from Latin. Here derive from means get from. Thousands of English words are derived from Latin. Here English. Here first alphabet is capital because whatever the alphabet, whatever the language, then its first alphabet is written capital. Desist from means cease. Desist from means cease. Tell him to desist from entertaining his friends at all hours of the day and night. Desist from means cease. To stop. Tell him to desist from entertaining his friends at all hours of the day and night. Despair of means give up hope. Despair of means give up hope. He did not despair of success despite his repeated failure. He did not despair of success despite his repeated failure. Destitute of means in wanting of, lacking. Destitute of or in wanting of or lacking. Are you destitute of common sense? Are you destitute of common sense? Detrimental to means harmful to. Detrimental to means harmful to. Don't do anything detrimental to his interests. Next, devoid of means completely lacking in. Devoid of means completely lacking in. He is a criminal who is utterly devoid of conscience. He is a criminal who is utterly devoid of conscience. Next, devoted to means very loving or loyal. Devoted to means very loving or loyal. Are you devoted to your wife and children? Are you devoted to your wife and children? Differ from means be distinguishable from. Be distinguishable from. I am sorry to differ from you about that question. I am sorry to differ from you about that question. Disgrace from means turn away. Disgrace from means turn away. He disgraced from the main subject in our discussion. He disgraced from the main subject in our discussion. Disagree with means take a different way. Disagree with means take a different way. I am sorry to disagree with you. I am sorry to disagree with you. Dispense with means do without. Dispense with means do without. He is not yet well enough to dispense with the doctor's service. He is not yet well enough to dispense with the doctor's service. Dispose of means finish with. Dispose of means finish with. The dictator soon disposed of his opponents. The dictator soon disposed of his opponents. Dream of, experience in thought, imagine. Dream of means experience in thought or imagine. Imagine. The soldier often dreamed of home. The soldier often dreamed of home. Eager for means full of interest. Full of interest. Are you eager for success in the examination? Are you eager for success in the examination? Eligible for means suitable to be chosen. He is eligible for this position. Consult on means go to for information. Go to for information. The students consult their guide on their project reports. The students consult their guide on their project reports. Deviate from means go astray. Please don't deviate from the original plan. Please don't deviate from the original plan. Crowned with means conclude in a worthy way. Crowned with means conclude in a worthy way. His efforts were finally crowned with success. His efforts were finally crowned with success. Deprive of means to take away from. Don't deprive him of his rights. Don't deprive him of his rights. Friends, I hope that you may have liked this lecture. Please don't forget like, share, comment, subscribe and hit the bell button. Thank you.